If you've been thinking about making a move to North Texas and you're trying to decide between Frisco, Prosper, and Celina, here's the thing that nobody tells you. The right answer has less to do with the price than it does where you currently are in life. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how I think about it, because picking the wrong one of these three can be an expensive mistake to undo. Now first, a little bit of context. It helps to tell the story of where each of these areas is heading. Now, 20 years ago, Frisco was the new frontier. It was the place that people were moving to get out of the hustle and bustle of the city, and Plano was getting closer to being built out. Now, Prosper itself is a little bit different. Prosper's known for the estate homes, the big lots, the custom homes. As a matter of fact, it's where Deion Sanders used to live. It's where Dak Prescott lives currently. And when we look at Celina, well, Celina is basically where Frisco was 20 years ago. Celina is now the new frontier. It's wide open and it's growing faster than anywhere around it. Once you see these areas that way, the choice between them starts to get a whole lot more clear. So let's start with Frisco. Frisco right now, it's the epicenter of where everything is happening, and it's getting closer to being fully built out. As a matter of fact, about 87% of all of the land in Frisco has already been spoken for. The new Universal Kids Frisco opens in just a month, actually July of 2026. And in mid-2027, we have the new Fields West district opening. And if you're not familiar, think of Fields West as the big sister, if you like, to Legacy West in Plano. It's going to be about 20% larger. Some of the tenants that have already been announced include Bloomingdale's, Pottery Barn. Well, it's not going to be a full Bloomingdale's. It's going to be their smaller Bloomies store. You get the idea. Also, as I mentioned, Pottery Barn, Williams-Sonoma, Crate and Barrel. It's also going to be the first DFW location of a Mastro's Steakhouse. You're also going to have 60 Vines. You're going to have Mexican Sugar, and it's going to be anchored by a Ritz-Carlton hotel. That's the kind of thing that makes Frisco, well, Frisco. But with that, understand that you are paying a premium, and with land running out, more of what's left is starting to become resale. Right now, resale median values are right around $744,000. The median sales price last month ran around $675,000 across all single-family homes. Now, new construction, on the other hand, came in at a median price of $754,000, but that's actually notably down 12% from where prices were just a year ago. Now, next up, we have Prosper. And Prosper is the step up in price. It's definitely going to be the most expensive of the three areas. It's a bit newer. You've got a few more master plan communities being built right now, and the schools, Prosper ISD, are some of the best ranked in the entire state. Even saying that, Prosper itself has a little bit more of a suburban feel. It's less corporate than Frisco is. You don't have as many corporate headquarters and office buildings and things like that. It's also one of the three cities where prices currently are still climbing. We'll see whether that holds true in the next month or so, but as a comparison to Frisco, the median price in Prosper right now is around $875,000. The median sales price last month was at $930,000 for single-family homes, which was up roughly 9% year over year. Now, new construction, that median sales price was about $921,000, which was up nearly 8%. So while a lot of the area has softened over the past couple of months, Prosper has still shown some price gains. And next we have Celina, the new frontier, if you'd like. Celina is the place where you are going to get the most home on the most land for your money by a wide margin. The median price in Celina currently is at $569,000. Sales last month came in at a median sales price, I should say, of around $526,000. A new construction, this is really the surprising one. It strikes me, as I wasn't expecting this when I was doing the research for this, the median price of new construction last month was $465,000. That was down 16% year over year. Why? Well, that's builders cutting prices and piling on the incentives to keep things moving, as Celina has been where most of the construction has been happening. And for a buyer, that equates to leverage. But I'll be straight with you. There is a trade-off in deciding to go to Celina. There's a few things to keep in mind that are definitely real considerations. First, schools. If schools are important to you, know that Celina ISD is improving, but it's not Frisco and it's not Prosper. It's not quite at that level yet. Now, do I expect it to improve? Yes, and it has been improving over the past few years, and that's going to continue as more and more families move in. The other thing to consider is amenities. If you want a wide selection of shops and restaurants, you're not going to get that in Celina yet. They just aren't there. They are building a Costco. A Lowe's just opened. A Home Depot is under construction. A Walmart Supercenter just opened. So you can see those things are starting to appear, but they're not fully built out at this point in time. Depending upon where it is that you land, you could be about a 20 to 30 minute drive in order to get back into Frisco and Prosper, where you're gonna find more of those amenities that you're used to. The other thing with that to keep in mind, especially for Celina, if you've got a family and they play sports, that's something to consider. If they're involved in club sports especially, or if they've got private lessons for something, know that to get to those practices are going to be about a 20 to 30 minute drive each way. Now, if we look at this from the long view, however, Celina is actually larger than Frisco. It has a bigger land footprint than Frisco does. So at full build out, it's definitely going to be bigger. The Dallas North Tollway, the main north-south corridor into Dallas, is currently being extended up into Celina. And like I said, they're building everything. There's new golf courses opening. There's going to be sprawling estates. There's townhomes, you name it. It's just that it's going to take another 10 to 15 years or even more for all of the amenities and those creature comforts that you might like to catch up. Now, when it comes to housing itself, there's one thread that's common to all three, and that's new construction, because that is where the deals are right now. So look at those year-over-year numbers. Frisco new construction home prices are down 12%. Celina's down 16%. Those builders are competing for those buyers. Now, it's not that a buyer for Frisco is necessarily a buyer for Celina, but when you're comparing all of those, it's telling you that's where the incentives are, that's where the deals are, that's where the price cuts are, that's where the rate buy downs are. So if you're flexible on resale versus new construction, that is where you're going to get the most leverage in today's market. So with all of this in mind, how exactly do you choose? What I would suggest is to think about your stage of life. Now, if you've got kids that are deep into sports and activities, and they're going to be that way for the next few years, as long as you don't mind the drive, Celina would be fine. But otherwise, Frisco or Prosper is probably going to be your safer bet. You're going to be a little bit closer to where everything is happening. The last thing that you might want to have to do is drive 30 minutes each way to each and every practice. That can get old really quick. Now, for families with kids in high school, or maybe they're getting ready to head to college, they often love being right in the middle of everything. Also for you as the parents, similar situation to me. That's where I've been. I don't want to drive 30 minutes to go to my favorite restaurant. I like being closer to where everything is happening. If that's also you and you can relate to that, that's definitely going to be Frisco. Now, on the other spectrum, when I bought my first house, I moved into the middle of nowhere. So all my friends thought. Okay, Celina isn't the middle of nowhere, but for young families starting out, or if you're just looking for a ground floor opportunity, somewhere you can get more home, more land, and you can buy into a place before that place, fully arrives, then Celina is going to be worth a serious look. You're going to be trading some drive time, maybe some commute if you have to go into the office, but you're going to be trading that for, and you're also going to have patience on those amenities because they're not going to be there right now, but you are going to get a whole lot more value and you're going to have a lot of upside in the years to come. So the bottom line is that there's really no single right answer for everyone here. There's only the right answer for you, your family, and your budget and your timeline. That's exactly the kind of decision I help families just like you make each and every week. So if you're trying to figure all of this out yourself, then I invite you to reach out. In the description below, you're going to find a link to my calendar. Go ahead and schedule a call. It's a free 30-minute consultation. I'd love to learn more about your current situation, and I'd be more than happy to help point you in the right direction for you and your family. Hopefully you found value in this video today. I thank you so much for watching. Stick around because I know you're going to enjoy the next one coming up, and I will see you next time.